Yo, what's up, my people? In this episode, we're going to be explaining homographs. No time to waste time, straight to the point, and we're done. Then we move to the next. Homo means same, and then graphs or graph basically means writing or spelling, anyone. So you could literally say that homographs, they are different words that have the same spelling or writing. But the second case is about sounds. Will they sound the same? No. We're just focused on about how they are spelt majorly, not about their sounds this time around. So homographs is concerned about their spellings, not about their sounds. So they don't sound the same, but they are spelt the same. Definitely they are going to be having different meanings because they are different words. Don't forget, like I said, meaning is not a criteria. Because there are two different words, automatically they will have two different meanings. So there are two things you should just focus on: the sound and the spelling. Let me give you different examples. Number one, bow. Let me also write it again, since we're having the same spelling. Bow and bow, same spelling. The first bow is like a curved object that is used to shoot arrows. Bow and arrow. Like, for instance, Robin Hood, if you know the concept of, all these archers that are shooting, archery with a bow and an arrow, for instance. You could say Robin Hood uses a bow, or Green Arrow uses a bow and an arrow. That's where you use that first case of bow. The second one is bow. You can see different sounds, but the same spelling. Bow means to bend forward to show respect to someone. For instance, she made a bow before the king. Different sounds, but the same spelling. Example 2 is tear. Let me also write it again, like this. Yeah. Now, these two examples, as you can see, are also called homographs. Yes, because, or if you're putting these two examples, one is called tear, while the other one is called tear. One is called tear, the other is called to tear. Yeah. The first one, tear. The second one is to tear. Now, the tear is water that comes out from your eyes. For instance, you could say, a tear rolled down our cheek. Look at the sound. You can see the sounds are not the same. Even though they are spelled the same, the sound is still different. One is tear, while the other is to tear. It's different from tear and tear. Tear is the water from your eyes, like I said, and the example I gave is a tear rolled down our cheek. That's the example. The second case is tear. That's to rip something off. For instance, I will tear the paper, not tear the paper. That's different. We pronounce it wrongly. It is I will tear the paper, not tear the paper. So different sounds. Tear and tear. Tear is water that comes out from your eyes. Tear is to rip something off. Third example is lead and lead. Same spelling, but they have different sounds. Automatically, they have different meanings because they are two different words. The first one is to guide. It's pronounced lead. For instance, The teacher will lead the class, that's guide the class. And the person that guides or leads is called a leader, as you all know. To lead. While the second is called lead. It's a type of metal. For instance, pencils are used or made from this particular metal called lead. I could even use that as an example in the sentence. Pencils used to have lead inside, or pencils have lead in it or in them. Sorry. So lead is different from lead. Let me also give one more example so you can understand better. WIND and WIND. Same spelling, different pronunciation or different sound. The first one is wind. The second one is wind. The first one is like air that moves, air moving. So you could say something like, the wind is strong today. There could be severe wind, serious wind. It's different from breeze. Like severe case of breeze is what you call wind, when it is heavy and harsh, when it is moving, the movement of air. So example that I gave is the wind is strong today. The second case is wind, and it's a verb. Wind means to turn something. Turn. Then if you want to turn it back to the way it was, you say rewind. That's to move it backwards. But to turn something forward, you just call it wind. For instance, please wind the clock. That means please turn the clock. So these are different words that have the same spelling but different sounds. That's why we call them homographs. The next video we're going to be explaining the third aspect, which is homonyms. See you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.